All right, our final team tonight is Pots and Locks. This group of entrepreneurs found a creative way to tackle a problem that affects 49 million Americans: porch piracy.
Hi, I'm the CEO, Bella Owen.
Hi, my name is Kevin DeLeon. I'm the CFO.
Hello, my name is Isaac Barones and I'm the CMO. And I have a question for you guys today. Have you ever online shopped and ordered something and just couldn't wait for the day it arrived? Like you placed an order and as soon as you see that confirmed order, you were just so excited for it to get here? Well, I have. And at the beginning of the year for baseball, I planned ordering an Evo Shield sighting mitt for me, and they get really pricey, around $90 to $100. And I planned to work with my dad for 3 weeks, and I did. It was such hard work. I had to mow lawns, clean the gutters, cut down some trees. It's excruciating, and he told me it was gonna be easy. So after we racked up enough money for all this, I went to the website on Evo Shield and ordered my Evo Shield sighting mitt, and it said it was gonna take around 3 to 4 business days to arrive. And after waiting those long days, it finally got here, and I got the notification on my phone. And I just couldn't wait to get home from practice to see my Evo Shield sighting mitt, since I worked very long with my dad. But as I got home, I ran to the front door and I noticed it wasn't gone. I noticed it was gone, and I thought it was just my little brother just playing a prank on me or my dad. So I had asked my mom to check the Ring camera footage, and it looked like somebody had come up to our front porch and just taken it right off of us. And it was just really frustrating knowing that somebody could easily come inside my front door and just take something I worked so hard for. So the next day at school with Miss Holloway, she gave us the idea that we needed to solve a problem around the world, and I wanted to target porch piracy since it's a really big problem everywhere, especially here in America and Texas. And that's when Bella came up with this great idea.
All right, so Pots and Locks is a flower pot that has a hollow inside to hide your packages. Our pots come in different sizes, ranging from small to large, and our customers can access our pot online on our website, on Amazon, and in Home Depot and Lowe's.
In 2022, 49 million Americans had at least one package stolen, equaling to $2.4 billion in stolen goods in 2022 alone. Austin, Texas ranked third overall in the U.S. for high rates of porch piracy.
And you must be asking, what makes us different from everybody else? Because everybody has tried coming up with a solution for this. And what makes us different is that we are actually the first flower pot on the market that genuinely targets to prevent porch piracy, since we obviously know it is a big problem around the US. We're also customizable to fit your home aesthetic, which is something that a lot of people really would like, especially since our competitors look like this. As you can see right here, you can see Ketter Delivery Box is just a very big, massive box that you put right next to your door. Nobody really wants to have that. And the door box, I mean, it's hinged onto your door and it doesn't match really with the house. They're two completely different shades of blue, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. And they also range upwards from $400 to $500. Like, who really wants to pay that much money for something that you need and you use every day in your life?
Our customer segment is 45 to 52-year-olds age range. We are targeting middle to upper class citizens that have a busy lifestyle, preferably families with children, mothers with children, anyone that online shops frequently and is stressed out on a day-to-day basis.
So for our customer interviews, we sent out a survey around the Lantana area, just asking information about what they thought about this product and any feedback we could get. And we really received two main questions. It was one, obviously, how big are they and how expensive it is? But the second one being a very common question, which was, how does the delivery driver exactly know where to put the package? And to that, we answered this. On Amazon, you see this first step one right here. You can click on delivery instructions after you're at the final checkout section. After delivery instructions, you will be presented with this page right here. You will click show more options, and then you will be presented with a text box, and in that text box you can tell them exactly where to place the flower pot, what it looks like, what the code is, and all the different information.
Our sizing and our pricing. Our small is 11 by 12, which you have on your desk right there, and that's $120. We have our medium, which is 16 by 15, and we have our large, which is 23.5 by 17, and that would be $160.
For our market testing, we made a bunch of prototypes and we distributed around the Lantana area to a couple of homes. And we received a lot of great feedback. Delivery drivers said it wasn't really as difficult as many people would have thought it was. And the people using it really said it was pretty easy and they felt pretty safe whenever they saw that the package was delivered in the right area.
Market size. There's a total of 11,318 people in Lantana, Texas who online shop. We are trying to focus on the females who make over $60,000 each year, which is a total of 2,437 people in Lantana, Texas.
Quick Ship. Quick Ship is a pack and ship company located in Lake Dallas, and we have called them. We've been talking to them for the past couple of weeks on shelving space for our product. And they've told us that the only cost to shelve our product in their stores would be at 30% of final sale price. And for our largest pot, that's taking out 30%, and we'd still be making $112 each unit sold in their store.
So we're planning to sell $160 per unit plus tax for our largest size. We're planning to sell 461 units in our first year, giving us, after subtracting our total cost, leaving us with a revenue of $73,280. We are asking for $100,000 for 20% of our company.
Thank you, Sharks. Any questions?
Hello, it's very loud. Thanks, that was really good. Actually, I wanted to say that I really enjoyed the personal story at the beginning, that you worked so hard and then at the end, you didn't have anything to show for it. Now you know what it's like to pay taxes. Okay, so I was curious why you were waiting to go to Amazon until later. Why not just hit that straight up?
Well, I would say the reason why we aren't going straight to Amazon would be because Amazon has a very large, all those products of their competitors are being sold on Amazon, and just to get our revenues up, I'd rather start out in a smaller company such as Pack and Ship, just so we could see what our customers want, if we could get any feedback at all, and just by starting in a smaller store, that gives us kind of a framework to where we want to go from there, to be starting on Amazon.
Can you explain how the security mechanism works?
So we actually want to add a lock in the future. The reason we did not add a lock now is because we really pride ourselves on our product being kind of low cost compared to the other competitors. And so by adding a lock, that would probably add an extra 20, 30 bucks onto the price. So we wanted to get a nice customer base started without a lock when the prices are cheaper. So once that customer base is built, we could add a lock, which would increase the price, and the customers would most likely still stay.
On the marketing plan, I see you have a cost factor on the giveaway of $37.57. How'd you come up with that amount?
Well, we honestly are targeting the cheapest methods just because we don't want to overexert ourselves with the cost. And so our warehousing in total is going to be over $100,000. And so we wanted to start with things such as flyers, and our customers, we can directly target our customer segments in the lower to middle to higher class areas. And then with our social media, on Instagram, you can post sponsored posts for only like a couple of bucks, and as that grows, you would pay more to Instagram. But that's alternatively a cheaper option than a lot of the other marketing options that we could afford to do in the future.
And who's going to manufacture the product?
Well, we're thinking about manufacturing overseas, but we did want to be manufactured in the U.S. We do have a warehouse that we are planning on getting and paying for, and then once that was already set, we would get a manufacturer. We did want to pride ourselves on being made in the U.S. but it would be cheaper to do overseas, but we were mostly wanting to do it here.
What type of manufacturing will be required? Are you using pre-made pots or?
I've talked to a couple like plastic manufacturers that we were gonna target first because the whole pot is mostly made up of plastic. So we would need multiple like plastic manufacturers to make our exact sizes and measurements, and the top that fits on it fit pretty perfect. And so we would most likely need to get with those plastic manufacturers to manufacture our pot. And then obviously like some flake flower stores, which are located actually around Denton. There's a lot of stores that sell in wholesale bulk that we would target.
Have you accounted for the cost of the mold to fill the pots?
Yes.
Is that in the hundred and, how much was it that you were asking for, 120K, was it?
Yeah, perhaps you can repeat the specific ask.
We're asking for $100,000 for 20% of our company.
So the question was whether that startup cost included the what do you call it, the mold or the dye or whatever to start your product off. If you're going to be manufacturing them, there's a startup cost related to assembling that kind of master set, and then you can mass produce them or something.
We do plan on using most of the invested money on our warehousing, just because that's the most expensive part of our whole business plan right now. But we were actually planning on going to a trading show in Dallas in October. It's actually October 12th. And I've done my research on trading shows, and they're very helpful for businesses that are newly starting. It can actually make you gain way more revenue just in those small little trading shows you go to around Dallas. So we were planning on using some of that money to help us with our marketing costs and our manufacturing as well.
So in developing the plan, what was the most difficult decision y'all had to resolve between the three of y'all? And how did y'all do that?
I would say our most difficult decision we've had to make is not originally adding a lock on it. That was tossed back and forth repeatedly between our group. And the reason we ended up not doing that is just because we went from originally having ceramic, but with ceramic, the question was, is it gonna break? It's gonna break during weather, it's gonna break, it's gonna break. So after changing that was the lock issue, and we've all talked about that, and we've kind of come together to make an agreement that we will be adding a lock as our company takes off. And we did have some disagreements about it, but overall we all came together to agree that we do agree that a lock on it would be beneficial.
Have you thought about scaling in a different size? Like for example, using a planter box idea versus like a round pot.
We did want it to be customizable, and as we customize, I would like to add different shapes, just as squares, because a nice square box would fit pretty good in a square kind of pot. And a planter would be a great customizable option. This is just like our base model. But as we grew, I would like to add different shapes, different sizes, instead of just small, medium, large, have an extra large, have an extra small, depending on the packages you typically order.
Okay, I'm gonna ask maybe a silly question, but what's preventing someone from just taking the whole flower pot?
So one.
Okay, so this question has also come up a lot in our group. We both have actually different views on it, but what I view it as is I've actually done my research on porch pirates and what they tend to go after in neighborhoods. And most porch pirates are either strolling by pretty quickly just looking for packages in the open, and other porch pirates go in cars pretty slow by streets to see what packages are left in the open. So therefore, our pot is more of disguising the package. So when the porch pirates look at your house and they see that pot, they're not going to be like, oh, maybe there's a package in there. Let me go up there maybe get caught. So we've just decided, and also our flower pots all have a hole on the bottom, and you can request to get a bolt that you can bolt it down if you would like, but it doesn't come with every single flower pot automatically. That'd be an extra charge.
So what was the opposing view?
The opposing view was the fact that I didn't really believe anybody would just go and pick up a flower pot and run off with it.
Well, he actually is very fond of the bolt idea, which is why we added it, kind of incorporated it in. So if any customers do want a bolt, that will be an option on our website.
What about including an exploding ink packet like they do at the banks in case they steal it?
I actually have seen a YouTube video of that. Yeah, I have watched that.
This is an oddball question, sorry. Thank you.
I'd like to talk just a little bit more about the target market. You guys are obviously targeting just Lantana right now, but clearly as this would take off, it would be not just Texas, but nationally, perhaps even internationally. I don't know if you have any data about the international market. I know you've had some Texas information.
The international market is 2.14 billion people online shop each year around the world, and there's 63 million that shop in the U.S. alone, and 11.9 million which online shop in Texas alone.
So, have you thought about how quickly you can grow this and what additional investment you might need? Because if it starts to be successful, you'll have copycats come on and they'll try to steal you. And I think that's part of the question on local versus national distribution.
We were actually looking into, and we're in the process of getting a patent. We want to get a utility patent and we want to get a design patent, and each of these patents together would cost around $11,000 together, which we also want to get money from startups and from trade shows just to pay that off, because our warehousing is really our main concern, just because we need to make sure we have a place for our manufacturers to work and also our products to be stored.
Have you considered maybe not having space and having it manufactured by a third party and then just letting them store it, and so you don't have to bear the cost of that? They just drop ship it to the customer?
We were considering that, but the one thing we were worried about was the customizable feature on it. We wanted to make sure that was up to our standards that we wanted it to be at, because we wanted our customizable flower pots to be exactly the way you pictured it when you ordered it, just because we are not super cheap. You know, people are spending a good amount of money on our pots, so we wanted them to be customizable to a T, which is why we wanted to manufacture it here, just so we could get a better, closer look on it. But I would say customizability would be our main concern with doing that.
Oh, so maybe I missed the part about the customization. What are we customizing? Is it the flowers or?
Yeah, you can custom for different seasons. Obviously in the winter, your flowers won't be completely bloomed, and so we wanted to make sure there's different options, just to have like different colors of flowers, different size pots. If you wanted a customization, it would be a $10 flat fee, depending on how many flowers you want. If you got flowers like pretty much just pouring out of it in certain colors, that would be more of a fee. But yes.
So see, my wife is sitting over there, and she's the one that's always ordering packages, and she's also the one that's always decorating for the season, so I can solve both of those problems.
Yes.
And they won't die. The flowers won't die.
Yeah, they'll just be good all year long.
I was gonna say, if we could start putting like witches and Santa Claus.
Yeah, we actually did want to do holiday sort of kind of themed flowers, maybe 4th of July, and a little flag in there.
So, Becky, thumbs up.
Have you thought about communicating with the food delivery folks like Uber Eats and Grubhub and them?
That is, we actually have not. That is actually very good. We actually have not come across that. We have come across Ring, however. We have come across collaborating with Ring, just because they kind of do, they're kind of multi-purpose as well, because they watch your house, and they also, obviously he got his information from a Ring camera, his package was stolen, and so we did want to, in the future as we go, maybe get a partnership with Ring. But I think Grubhub and Uber Eats would be a great way to move forward for us.
So I'm going to run down a few things, a few notes that I was taking. I think y'all did a really good job here. The personal story, no joke. I think that was very, very nice touch. The competitor analysis was very good. Overall presentation was very good. The use case description that you did, I completely got it up front. The cadence, the speed of your delivery was very good. Your market test, who does that in a high school challenge? So that's really good. The one weakness that I see right now, or one of the weaknesses that I see that I think you might want to focus on is on the supply chain, is on exactly how are you going to do the manufacturing, keep your mind open on the options there, how are you going to have, warehousing operations, and, I don't think that you really considered I don't think you considered deep enough what it's really going to take to do that. And as a follow-up pass at this plan, I think you should spend a little more time on that, because your numbers are not reflecting something I think is going to be really accurate on the cost side there. And you should, but other than that, I think that the overall product is a great idea. It would definitely sell. I'm not sure at that price point, but we'll have to figure that out. But good work.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Do we have any
Good,
questions?
awesome. Good job.
Thank y'all.